Yeah, Shaq Talk TV in this bitch. Hey, now I want to talk about. Hold on a second. Now I want to talk about your mouthpiece. I was talking about introversion and extroversion in my last video. Y'all will see this on the channel. That would most likely be uploaded before this one. But if not, well, you'll see it. Shit, fuck you talking about. But I want to speak on your mouthpiece. So the importance of having a mouthpiece and the importance of being malleable. And malleable means to be able to be changeable and be able to adapt to situations. Like you see with me, like I'm not trying to big up myself, but this is a motherfucking fact. I got ebonics. I got not understanding the English language. You know what I'm saying? And I know how to fluently speak both and make them merge together. So that's very important in this world. And when you see a lot of black men, which I used to suffer from, was rage. A lot of times you'll see motherfuckers communicate with rage or communicate with violence because they don't know how to communicate verbally, or they don't know how to read communication, or they don't know how to use their body to communicate. And mouthpiece is very important, and that's why you'll see with what I'm gonna define what mouthpiece is. First of all, you have to have the vocabulary. You don't always have to have the vocabulary, but you gotta understand subtleties in vocabulary, and you gotta be able to read subtleties in people by their body language, by what they say, by their eye contact with you, and then respond to it correctly. And you have to be equipped to do that. So you have to be a reader, and that don't mean read books. And I've read books, but I'm just saying you have to be able to take in information. You have to be able to take in information, and then you have to learn how to speak. That's what a mouthpiece is all about. And another thing that I would say consider somebody having a strong mouthpiece is what they have to say. What you have to say, how you say it, how you read when people react to you, how you react to it, how you respond to it. And if like when I say what you have to say, it has to be something of substance. That's how you can have a mouthpiece. And a lot of people don't have mouthpiece because they can't come off the cuff. They can't come off the heart. That's not having a mouthpiece to me. If you have to write down something to say it, you don't really have. I'm not talking about music because I write down my music. But if you can't speak off the cuff, if you can't come from your toes, you can't speak on your toes, you can't speak from the heart, you don't really have a mouthpiece. Now, there's ways you can be able to get a mouthpiece. For one, reading. Reading, when you read books, after a while, you program, what you take in is what you're programmed, how you program to think. Like if you read books, or certain books with certain words in it, and you start looking up them words and stuff like that, you start incorporating it into your personality. That don't mean you're going to use it all the time, but it just sink in the back of your head. The other way is if you watch interviews on YouTube, or if you around people that have good mouthpiece, you're going to automatically take that in. You know what I'm saying? But if you're around a environment where all people do is express through just action, they don't know how to sit down and talk. They don't know how to express grievances. They don't know how to read. They don't know how to get to the heart of the matter. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if somebody says something, you can't get to the heart of what they're saying. You can't dig deep and cut through the layers to see what their intentions or their motivations are. You know what I'm saying? For why they say what they say, or how they say what they say, or the tone they saying it and how they saying it. Then you won't have the mouthpiece. You have to be able to see through subtleties and shit like that. You have to be able to get to the nitty gritty of shit. That's just my opinion, because that's how I gain my mouthpiece. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I be seeing a lot of these dudes that talk to women. You know what I'm saying? They don't have a mouthpiece because they too focused on pussy. They don't think about trying to understand the person. They trying to quote unquote. I don't care what your agenda is. I don't care if you're trying to fuck her. I don't care if you're trying to get to know her. I don't even care if you're trying to get a relationship with her. You got to have a mouthpiece. If you're trying to have sex with her, ultimately at the end of the day, you still you got to know what you're laying with. You got to know if this is even the energy you want to take in. So you have to have the mouthpiece to dig it out of her, and vice versa. That's what women do. That's the reason why women are more social, because they read subtleties. You know what I'm saying? You can see that women will win an argument versus dudes way easier. You know what I'm saying? Because women are about subtleties. They read cues like on instinct. They read cues, and the reason why they have to do this is because they don't have the physical capabilities to be the man, so they have to do it. They have to be way more in touch with the emotional and mental subtleties. So, for men to not communicate through rage and through physicality, they got to learn the same shit, so you can have your mouthpiece intact, and so you can be able to communicate with women. Because I be seeing niggas be getting stumped, you know what I'm saying, when they talk to women because they too focused on a physical aspect. They're not trying to see what drives her, you know what I'm saying, what drives her. And if you if you, even as simple as some shallow shit is trying to lay with her, you gotta you should have the self value enough for one, self esteem enough, self love enough for one, to have her being able to worth sleeping with, because you don't know what comes with it. So you gonna have a mouthpiece to try to dig out what type of chick she is, to even want to see if you want to deal with her, no matter what level it is. So I think brothers, y'all got to get y'all mouthpiece together, because it's real bad out here. I be seeing these athletes, you be seeing these football players in the league. Most of the time, these football players be having no mouthpiece, and that's because all they took for them to get some money. And I'm not shitting on their grind at all. I'm just saying all it took for them to get some money is they physical attributes. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of these times, these niggas be getting played by gold digging bitches and shit and such, and chicks that be hounding these niggas that know they don't got the intellect or the social. They're socially inept, so they can't read situations. So they don't even have the mouthpiece to defend themselves. They don't have the mentality to get out of them situations. So mouthpiece and emotional intelligence, like I spoke on earlier, will have you clearing out a lot of chaos that you allow in your life. So mouthpiece is very important, and that's how you be seeing these brothers getting these fucked up deals in the industry too, because these motherfuckers don't know what the man is saying to them. They don't know how to convey what they want. You be seeing these interviews, these rappers, they mumble mouth. They don't have no perspective. That's another thing too. You gotta have a perspective on shit. You gotta look at the shit the way it is in the world. You gotta look at your experiences. You gotta look at what you learn from experiences. Connect them shits together. You gotta put all this shit in perspective, and you expressing that and and connecting that with your desires, that'll build your mouthpiece, brothers. Like, y'all got to start trying to take in information and try to learn how to regurgitate it, or try to learn at least to get your mouthpiece in a certain level. But beyond just regurgitating information, you got to learn how to generate a organic perspective from it, from your experiences, from reading other people's experiences, from taking shit you have in the world, from reading, from understanding vocabulary, from understanding ebonics. Because without a mouthpiece, you won't be able to wiggle in both worlds. This is another thing that gives you a strong mouthpiece. Understanding, like it's two worlds. Like, you have entrepreneurship and you got a corporate or the 9-to-5 world. Ebonics is like a motherfucker that can get it out the mud. But understanding English and be able to talk to them folks is like being able to work at a 9-to-5. And you know, a lot of us people that trying to make our dreams come true, we have to deal with both. So you have to balance both out. And it's the same how I see with your mouthpiece. You don't want to just be able to just, all you can do is survive in the hood. Like, it's cool. You have to survive in the hood. You know what I'm saying? But if you get out in this world and you can't speak to nobody, you doomed. And vice versa. If you come to the hood and you just come from the suburbs, you can't survive. You know what I'm saying? So the mouthpiece is very important. And I be feeling like that shit is very underrated. I be feeling like these rappers be goddamn shit. You know, the shit that the cabal, I'ma keep saying the cabal. And niggas like to say Illuminati, and that shit cliche. I'm not finna say that fucking word because it became a little like, it became a cliche word, and it makes people not trying to understand what galvanized the world for real. Like, they say Illuminati and you shut it out. But the cabal, they try to push rappers that's not socially inept. They put those people in our kids, the lower generations, younger generations' face because that's what the influence they want to give on them. They just want them to see the flashy shit. They want to see the flash of money, even though we know knowing we go into a digital dollar, but they want to make that shit valuable for years to come, knowing that's not going to be valuable for years to come. They want to show motherfuckers that's in an interview drugged up, don't know how to speak, don't know how to talk, because they trying to show the kids that you don't have to know how to talk to get no goddamn money. You could just be a goddamn dancing monkey, but that's not how this shit work. You know what I'm saying? And you see motherfuckers, and you see the people back in the past, like the Malcolm X's, like the Marcus Garveys. You know what I'm saying? These people had mouthpieces, and these are the motherfuckers that get shut down from the from mainstream. You know what I'm saying? That's what we call emotional aggressiveness. I mean, not emotional, but aggressive intelligence, like Nipsey termed it, aggressive intelligence. And you wonder why this motherfucker was not was not motherfucking popular before he passed, because this is the shit he was pushing. Aggressive intelligence. They don't want to put that in the mainstream. You know what I'm saying? So your mouthpiece is very important. And when they see your mouthpiece is strong, you know what I'm saying, they're gonna have to come with another plan. But keep your mouthpiece strong, or gain one, and be aware of the information you taking in, because that's gonna affect how you speak. You know what I'm saying? So, brothers, I'm basically speaking on brothers, because we the people that's supposed to be leaders. That's just my opinion. We're supposed to be leaders. We got to have our mouthpiece together so we can learn how to sift through women. We can learn how to speak our boundaries. We can learn how to accept boundaries from women. You know what I'm saying? And express ourselves like, okay, I'm not cool with this. We can move on respectfully. Or if she's with it, she's with it. You know what I'm saying? All that shit. Mouthpiece, brothers. Get that shit together. What I really hate is going out in the world and talking to mumble mouth brothers that don't know how to express themselves, that don't know how to express their ideas. And if they don't know how to express their ideas, they don't know how to ask questions, you know what I'm saying, to get understanding, to get some knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So I think I'm gonna keep building on this topic, because I can speak so long on the mouthpiece, man. But y'all have a good night. It's Shaq Talk TV. Share, subscribe, comment, hate if you want. You know what I'm saying? I'm with all that shit. Or give me a counter argument. I'm down with other opinions. I don't know it all, but I just go off what I feel is right. You know what I'm saying? I go off the cuff. So, yeah, have a good night. It's Shaq Talk TV. You dig? For sure, for sure.